If you want to talk about some of the best players in the league, then check out the first of a series of videos on the top contenders for MVP. And so I figured I'd start off with good old Josh Allen.
Allen turns the corner and he will toss it back in the end zone.
If we're making the case for him to win MVP, then I think we gotta start by talking about how consistently great my man has been. After a bit of an underwhelming rookie season, Josh has improved his game year by year, and is now one of the best quarterbacks in football. He may have not gotten a single vote for MVP last year, but then again, the only three that got any were Rodgers, Brady, and the one that went to Cup. And keep in mind that Josh had over 5,000 all-purpose yards, along with over 40 touchdowns, and led his team to a playoff appearance. So if that doesn't get people on his radar, then I don't know what will. Anyways, although Buffalo has quite a bit of talent, without Josh, there's no guarantee that they even make the playoffs. So that alone should prove that he brings quite a lot to the table. I mean, you've seen him play against teams like Kansas City, and when you show up in games that matter, people notice. And in this case, you know the people who vote for MVP became well aware of just how talented Josh is. Considering that the Bills went 11-6 last year and added a bunch of talent to an already loaded defense, let's just say it wouldn't be a surprise if they became the team to beat in the AFC. There's quite a bit of competition from top to bottom, so it will definitely not be easy. But if Josh can lead the Bills to a potential 1 seed and put up some good stats, then I think he's a shoo-in for MVP. There are a few guys trying to do the same thing, like Mahomes, Burrow, Herbert, and Carr. So this is all up in the air. But I think Josh has shown enough to prove that he can contend with the best of the best. I mean, he nearly beat Mahomes in the divisional, and now with what could be the best defense in the league, the Bills will be that much more difficult to go up against. I mean, considering all the talent, I think the Bills are going to win like 13 games. And with Josh having another year under his belt, I think he could be a stud. He may not be as accurate as Rodgers, but the fact that he can use his legs without a doubt elevates him above many of his colleagues. Keep in mind that Josh had nearly 800 yards and 6 touchdowns last season, which are insane for a quarterback, and so if you combine that with his ability to toss the rock, I can see why he's a favorite. I mean, if you look at the last few MVPs before Rodgers, it was Mahomes and Lamar, mainly because they bring a unique skill set to the table, as they can extend plays and do things that not many others can. Does this sound familiar? Well, I mean, Josh has done his fair share of impressive things. Whether it's hurling the football or jumping over defenders, it's near impossible to stop him no matter who he's up against. And I think all of that is the main reason why Josh is so high on the MVP list. If you fast forward a bit, the first team the Bills play next year is LA. So if Josh can do his thing against the defending Super Bowl champs, it would be very easy for him to take the lead early on. And considering that the rest of the year is not that difficult, if he can play well in games against LA, Kansas City, and Cleveland, then he's set up pretty nice. I mean, Josh doesn't even have to win all these games, because as long as he consistently outplays the quarterbacks that he's matched up against, people will take notice. Considering that the Bills are really good, 9 times out of 10 they will win if Josh is better than the other Q. So all this to say, my man is in a pretty good situation to succeed. Although the fact that Josh is a selfless player could be the reason he hasn't won an MVP already, talent will make itself known, and there are not many who can do what Josh does day in and day out. Keep in mind that Buffalo was really bad before him and McDermott changed the culture seemingly overnight. So with the Bills getting better year after year, it seems like if not this year, then Josh can win the next one. I've made over 100 of these videos, and I've watched a ton of football players, and so it's easy to tell when someone has it. Someone doesn't have to win a Super Bowl or a bunch of MVPs to have that it factor, because a lot of it is based off of being at the right place at the right time. This whole thing with Josh seems like one of those right place, right time kind of things, because you and I both know that Buffalo is going to be really good, so automatically Josh will be in the MVP talks based purely off of that. But along with his ridiculous talent, I think Josh is in the driver's seat for the MVP. The only other guys who I feel like are set up as well as Josh are studs like Joe and Justin, funny enough all J's, and all really good. They're all players who put their head down and work as hard as anyone out there, and so it's not that much of a surprise at how good they are only a few years in. Even with all this competition, I still think Josh is in the best spot to win the award, but no matter how well he plays, it's never lock at all. Frankly, Josh has to play as well as he did against Kansas City this entire year to do what Rodgers has done the past 2 seasons. But the fact that he did that already means that he doesn't have as much to prove as a bunch of the other young talent trying to do the same thing. If I had to guess, I think that Josh has about a 40% chance to win the MVP, all things considered, and that's being extremely generous. Winning football games doesn't guarantee an MVP, and so it's a big shot in the dark to predict who is going to win a few months before the season has even started. But I don't think there's anyone who has a better shot than good old Josh Allen. But what do you guys think? Is Josh going to win the MVP this season, or is there too much talent to compete with? Let me know your thoughts. Josh Allen is a talented, hardworking stud, and so I think he could be the MVP when it's all said and done.
Allen keeps it again. There's room there. Allen to the end zone. And Buffalo has his first touchdown.
Thanks for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below stuff you want next. But anyway, see you all soon, and peace out.